This video is for Maya Henry and Maya Henry only, or the 3 people that are going to see this video, because Maya wants to yell that, why is Liam silent now? Well, we all know why he's silent, but there are a few of us that have some brain cells left that can sit here and be his voice. So for the 3 people that are going to see this video, I am a nobody. I am not a directioner whatsoever, because that was not my generation. However, I did spend a few years working in law enforcement, so therefore I think of everything logically, and I don't blindly believe anybody, ever. For what purpose? Especially if it's on social media. Working in law enforcement, people do lie about this stuff. People are wrongfully convicted all the time. And typically when you want actual justice, you don't act like what Maya Henry is acting like. No, I haven't watched the podcast. No, I haven't read her book. I hear it's terribly written, and I want to keep these few brain cells that I have left. And I also don't want to give her any sort of money for all the crap that she's spewing online. I also want to say that if anybody ever tells you you do not have a choice in any situation, in any matter, but especially abortion, they are lying to you. You always, always, always have choices. Yes, there might be manipulation tactics put into place, but you always have a choice, and nobody on God's green earth can force you to do something like that. Anyway, so in the 4 years since she got with Liam Payne, which she got with Liam Payne literally a few weeks after she turned 18, and Daddy seemed to be okay with this, because he was always pushing her to hang out with older famous men. But then she went to go and live with him in another country. Maybe was he living in the UK at the time, because that'd be even more weird. But during their 2-year relationship, they also broke up once. So where did she go during that breakup? They rekindled their whatever and got back together. So you're trying to tell me that she went back home and just didn't mention anything that had happened between the two of them? Like all of the stuff that she's, alleging? And in all that time, Daddy, the big shot lawyer out in Texas, with millions of dollars, did not obtain you a lawyer until now, when Liam is moving on and is happy and is settling down. That seems weird. Not to mention, in the last 2 years, he's blown up your phone and blown up your email, blown up your mom's phone and blown up your mom's email, but your dad still did absolutely nothing about it. Granted, I'm not sure why your mom would talk to your dad after the affair, but Maya Henry is no stranger to social media, and she knows what happens when you put stuff on social media. She wasn't just going after justice. She wanted the attention, and she wanted the entire world to hate Liam. She wanted the world to send Liam hate. She didn't want to share her story. She didn't want to empower women. I'm sure as shit not empowered as a 35-year-old adult who has also been through an abusive relationship. I see absolutely nothing coming from her story but absolute pettiness. Not to mention her book is fictional, so, because she didn't want to blur the lines, but in a fiction book, you could literally make up anything, so exactly what all of that was true, other than maybe your name on the front of the book. But if you had all this time to sit and write a book and promote your book, you're trying to tell me that your daddy had absolutely no idea what was going on, or decided to not take any sort of legal counsel until after the book was published, after Liam had already gotten all this hate and all this backlash, and you already drug his name through the mud. He chooses now, of all times, to start stepping up and get you legal counsel. And here's the thing, you wanted to share your story, and that's fine. Everybody has a right to share their story. But not only were you sharing your story, you were also spreading gossip. Gossip in the terms of the things that Liam had told you during your relationship in confidence. You decide to just start spreading that on the internet. Why? For attention. And though I know that when you have an addiction to drugs and drink and mental health concerns, this can't possibly just fall on one person as to whose fault it is, but I can guarantee you that Maya Henry's, all of whatever the heck this is, definitely started to lead to Liam's downfall, and that's not fair. And I'm sure he has made some very poor decisions as an adult, don't we all? Or as a young adult even, don't we all? But that does not necessarily mean that he deserved all of this. And again, Maya Henry, where is there even an ounce of proof that any of this happened? You say it's too explicit for TikTok. I highly doubt it. I get that you're mad, but this was definitely not the way to go about it. And this was not the mature way to go about it. And I get that your frontal lobe probably isn't fully developed yet, and you thought that this was going to go great for you. But one question, is it going great for you? So since more than 3 of you saw my Maya Henry video, and it's blowing up way bigger than I thought it was going to, let's talk about some more things, because I realize what bothers me the most about the situation. Even though there's absolutely zero proof of any of the allegations that Maya Henry is spewing on the internet, I'm going to try to not discredit her from probably something bad that she went through. Obviously, something sparked this, even if I don't believe that all of the events are true. But that being said, okay, she started all this and she wanted the phone calls to stop, right? She was hurt from this alleged abuse, and she wanted him to stop calling her. So she went the legal route and she got a cease and desist. And you know what that would do? That would make the phone calls stop. And if he didn't stop making the phone calls, then he could be in legal trouble, right? So because she wanted one person to stop harassing her, because she was hurt by one person, she came online and told millions and millions of people her story, so that millions and millions of people could go after him, attack him and his mental health, because she was hurt by one person. She sent millions of people after him. Knowing full well the extent of his mental health, she still did what she did. So because she was hurt by one person, she thought that it was okay to send millions and millions of people after this man, which led to so many other events happening. And then talking trash about how he would talk trash about the bandmates. And in your little book, you sit here and say that he is the least popular and he's the misfit of the band, which seems really petty. And I know there's still rumors about why his record label dropped him, but what if your book and your allegations with absolute zero proof and all of these rumors is what made the record label drop him? So not only did you come for his character, you came for his career, you came for his friends, for fucking what? All because you were a hurt little girl and you didn't know how to handle it. Again, how's that working out for you, Maya?
No, but seriously, this comment right here. As I stated in my very first video, I used to work in law enforcement, so I've seen many, many cases like this. Not to mention, I myself has been in 2 different domestic violence situations, and I've also had abortions in said domestic violence relationships. Never, under any circumstances, after I had been abused, and I speak on many, 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 many survivors, do we want anything to do with the person who abused us. We don't want their reaction. We don't want to hear from them. We don't want to hear about them. The name of that person doesn't even exist to us anymore. And yes, I know that everybody processes and grieves differently. But if somebody traumatized you so greatly, as you say that they do, why would you want their reaction? Why would you want them to speak? Not to mention you put a cease and desist on the dude. He can't talk. That's why he was silent prior to all of this. You literally tried to call out his attention when you said that that's the last thing that you want. And it's still up. The videos are still up. Anybody can go see this. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. You said it yourself. Oh, woe is me, the man who abused me and traumatized me and did all this explicit stuff to me that's too explicit for TikTok. Why are you silent? Talk to me. Tell me your side of the story. Why?